Because it is continuously going in some mode. So better to have connectivity. Once you introduce me, I will.
Yes, ma'am. We have started the session. So good morning to all present over here. Myself, Dr. Raghavendra Patidar, convener, Institutions Innovation Council, Global Institute of Technology, welcomes you all participants present here. As you all aware, today Institution Innovation Council, Global Institute of Technology, organizing a session on accelerators, incubation opportunities for students and faculties, early stage entrepreneurs. The sole objective of this session is to enlighten the students and faculty members about various aspects of incubation and accelerators. Also to highlight the role of incubation centers in the assistance of entrepreneurs. So by not taking so much time, let's start the session by introducing our keynote expert, Professor Dr. Aparna N. Mahajan. Dr. Aparna N. Mahajan has done her graduation in Electrical and Power Engineering from Government College of Engineering, Nagpur University in 1981, and then her post-graduation leading to ME in Power System from Government College of Engineering, Aurangabad. She did her PhD from Banasli Vidyapeeth, Rajasthan in the field of Electronics and Communication Engineering in the broad area of vehicular ad hoc networking. Dr. Mahajan has over 32 years of long experience of teaching and administrative, and has also guided a number of undergraduate and postgraduate projects with a number more than 40 publications in national and international journals and conferences to her credit. She has also published 4 patents. Dr. Mahajan was past chairperson of Women in Engineering IEEE Delhi section. She was conferred 3 Outstanding Branch Counselor Award from IEEE Headquarters, New York, and IEEE Delhi section in 2015. She was also conferred Best Teacher Award in Electronics and Communication Engineering in 2006 by Rao Virendra Singh, former Finance Minister, Government of Haryana. Now, she is Director Engineering and President IIC and Chairperson Incubation Center and IPR in Maharaja Agrasen University, Badi. So I am pleased to welcome you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Patidar. Good morning, all. And special thanks to you, sir, for organizing this event and giving me this opportunity. So without taking much of your time, I'll just start and go straight away to my topic, today's topic. Actually, we are running this IIC since 2018 and we are having all the sessions. If you look at the quarters of IIC, we can see the link, first quarter starting from idea, then moving to prototype, then with some conceptualization and then the commercialization. So what is the need of this incubation? Before 2 years, actually there were only IITs and a few incubation centers existing. Nowadays, we are running this incubation center. Most of the renowned universities and institutions, they are having their own incubation centers. But in reality, how many of them are working? Working in the sense, how many of them are converting these ideas into prototypes? So before we go to the next, the need of this incubation, we will see who are these early stage entrepreneurs. Now, early stage sir, my slide is not getting changed. Sorry, it is done. There is some problem. Slide is not getting changed. Hello.
You can run as simple as we run the PPT.
Okay, I'm doing the same thing. Sorry. I'm doing the same thing.
You can change slide, ma'am, by clicking the mouse.
Yes, okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, you can go for full screen also.
Yes, yeah. Now, actually, what is the need of this incubation, right? And what are these early stage entrepreneurs? Nowadays, students starting from secondary, even the first year, and all the young faculties like me as well, we are all early stage entrepreneur. Because earlier, the entrepreneurship and startups were in an ad hoc way. Ad hoc may, I mean, they were getting done the project reports, they were getting done just they were starting their startups with some kind of financial arrangement. But nowadays, this entrepreneurship has become a big issue. What is the reason behind it? Why these incubators are needed? Why these are backbones of this entrepreneurial ecosystem in our Indian economy in particular? Actually, if you look somewhere, I have read and seen and heard this session by AICT 2-3 years back. If you look at the rough ratio of students passing out in engineering in special per year, they are 8 lakhs, just a rough figure I can say, and the employment available for engineering is around 2 lakhs. This is a inverse ratio, in fact. So who can change this inverse ratio? We have to change it. How we can change it? The institution in particular, they have to work hard, getting the ideas done from students, from young faculty members, and converting them first into prototype and then into a commercial way. There is a need. Earlier, there were projects. Still, they are in our curriculum. Now, AICT has given us the curriculum from 6th semester, following 7th and following 8th. So what we can do is that the need of incubation at early stage for these early stage entrepreneurs can be started since second year. I have started doing that in a small way, because ad hoc system cannot work. Earlier startups and big entrepreneurs have money with them to start. They have least risk factor as compared to today's. But what is the opportunity available today? Opportunity in the sense of first thing is finance. Whosoever will be starting the business, first the ideas, then shortlist the ideas, then conceptualize those ideas, fix up that final idea, then form a prototype or the app, if it is a software thing, then get them converted into commercialization. So market survey is there. Now engineering job in particular, we can roughly say that it is a technical marketing job. We must know the updated technology. Forget we are electrical engineering people, electronics, or computers, etc. But all this incubation it is an intermingling thing. Ideas are intermingling. Ideas are software based mostly. So incubation at the start will provide a key structure, a rough outline, a rough architecture to convert your ideas into some concrete plan. Once we finalize our idea, what is the option available? Find out the risk factor. So let it be 1%, 2%, a team of 2% or more than that. Your idea should have the concrete plan. Locate or find out or research that those risk factors. Then do the market survey and find out the financiers, which we call. This is the early stage. Why this word early stage is there? The next one is accelerator. Once we do all these things and finalize and make something, then the accelerators come in picture. But today's topic is mostly for early stage entrepreneurs. So there are so many programs available. The motto of AICT through this IIC is that just to create employers rather than employees to make up or to bridge the ratio of 2:8. 2:8 is very odd ratio. It is a rough figure, but it is a fact of the life, because earlier there were just government institutions. We are right now talking for engineering because we are from engineering background. But nowadays there are so many private institutions, so many IITs, so many NITs, so many engineers passing out, and the number of jobs. And we have seen the very worst scenario during COVID. If I may not be wrong if I can say that software engineers could work properly, but the manufacturing areas and all that, they collapsed. So what is the need of an hour? Need of an hour is that to create a maximum early stage entrepreneurs. So early stage entrepreneurs, let it be faculty, let it be student, they have some fear in mind. They do have the aim. They can have the aim. But to convert from it is called in terms of this incubation, conversion of divergence into convergence. I mean, ideation and prototyping are the pre-stages of incubation. And before incubation, the stages for pre-incubation are. You can see your IIC portal. First, we have to establish the pre-incubation center. You can see on the screen the just a rough official. These are official stages of pre-incubation before we start our incubation center. Incubation center mainly refers to the resources available to make the startups in a gear. So which kind of resources? Only labs. Therefore, those people who have come from GIT and other Menti institutions, we took them to the EPIC Incubation Center, which is one of the fantastic incubation center and having maximum resource facilities. We could see there not only in terms of labs. We are also opened the incubation center right now at the stage of 10 to 15 startups, but out of those 10 to 15, 4 have started, and those experts who came here for evaluation and as an expert for some speech on incubation, 2 ideas were found very concrete, and those experts were from Indian Business School, Mohali. They immediately called up and told the students to finalize some concrete plan and can approach them. Niti Aayog is supporting that. But once we go for incubation center, for incubation center or establish it or implement the ideas, we have to go for these pre-incubation stages. Now, I think personally, at my personal level, whatever projects we do, we should mostly focus on the project. We have the resource like Google, we have hostupworks.com, we have so many sites, we have so many programs by IISc like Yukti, proof of concept, so on and so forth. We are getting mails and WhatsApp messages. What we can do is Smart Hackathon, the biggest one. So what we can do is that we can, first year is common for all, second year onwards, we can make the groups of the student, find out the proactive and good students, followed by that, assign the faculty members and establish the pre-incubation center, wherein the projects will go through the journey. Like first, whatever is written, it is official, slide, appointment, training, orientation, innovation assignment, business plan and model. Now, these are pre-incubation, which at your level, they can be different. Just idea and prototyping can be also pre-incubation stages. Now, what are the incubation stages and how are they applicable and implementable to our youngsters, like faculty members and students again and again? Ideation stage, basically, what we do in the Smart Hackathon, what we do in the Yukti one, you can see on the Yukti portal of IISc. First the idea, then business, etc., and where to apply some evaluator. Ideation stage is the most important to make some reference. So I personally advise my students that actually we can have 2 ideas in mind. Find out your area of interest, relate your area of interest to the upcoming technology wherein you are in that particular XYZ domain. Let it be technical or even non-technical. Healthcare is the biggest sector. Smart city, it is the biggest sector. Solar panels, it is the biggest sector to start with this incubation. Startups, various startups. So ideation stages is nothing but the grooming stage. Find out the infrastructure, to erase the infrastructure. It is not easily possible for every startup person. It is absolutely, this is the big question mark for the early stage entrepreneur. But at raw level, he or she can start even at home as well. When you, enroll your startup, register your startup, you have to give the name of the place, address, and so do go with so many formalities there. So these small things in the raw form, you can formulate along with your team. If you are single, the thing is different. Finalize or groom, take some sessions. So many online sessions are available. At the first stage, you can go for easy sessions. Do not go for straight away business plans and so that. Encourage your students to go for startup. Finalize it, let it be in the technical, non-technical and various areas and domains available. Then infrastructure and capital. Now there are again, apart from these accelerators, angel investors, these Niti Aayog, all these sectors come at later stage, So if it is a team, you have so many options to raise the finance. So government is also very well supporting all these startup ideas. But to begin with, you have to invest somewhere. You have to, architect your ideas, articulate your ideas in first step. What would be my address? What would be, which prototype I am going to develop? Will my idea be successful in the market? What is the market available? What are the competitors? This is another aspect and question mark or a challenge for the startup person. And then from where the finance will be raised at the early stage. And same goes for the incubation stage also. Why these are related exactly in institution at institution level as well. If we have set up the incubation stages, we are supporting to our student. 90% above our university is supporting the students. Whatever prototype they are developing, they are 3 or 4 batches, they are doing this very well. Then third one comes a community. Connectivity is the most important thing. Because how do I know if I am a early stage entrepreneur, I am a student or anyway faculty member, I have to survey the market. I am having my own website, X type of startup. I can, formalize my website like anything. Give tell to my friends to give the stars, etc. But from where I should find out the correct idea, what is the market, what are the competitors, how is the finance required, how it will be done. This is the first stage, and same goes again for institution level. If I have set up it, I have to first mentor the students, So in few universities or institutions, there are special mentors for these incubation centers. For every batch, they give the mentorship at least for the first, second, and third stage. Then going to prototype stage. We are now conducting so many workshops. Basically, the persons who have already working on a practical basis earlier, before 10 years, now still there is there is some gap. For foreigners and us, now India is at a very advanced stage. Instead of being theoretical, we should let our students go for at a practical stage. Industry visits, those should not be a formality. Projects are the most important thing where we can enter into the real prototype stage. Whatever space is provided in the incubation center, that space should be either you can, those startup fellows who are in a process to start, they can use that particular space and do the work either 1 or 2 hours daily or some specified days. So that in a defined or committed timeline, you have to anywhere, you have to fix up the timeline. Timeline is the most important factor. So mentors will advise them to first fix up. Every project has a timeline. PhD has a timeline to complete this prototype stage and find out the errors. The biggest challenge for incubation processes and all these things is the feasibility factor. Whatever idea is that startup fellow is getting up, whether that idea is really feasible in the market, that prototype is really feasible and will be commercialized at the later on stage, what will be its growth at least for next 5 years, 5 to 10 years, forget about 10, 15 years, because there is a rat race in the market. So all these advices should be given with the help of workshop. Then connect, one-to-one communication. The objective behind wherever we go for industrial visit, day before we send our students, I think that in Jaipur you have some skill development university, Patidar sir, wherein our students, it was a smart hackathon center for final stage. So our student and faculty members 3 years back, they have visited for earlier hackathon hardware team. So such centers are very, very nice to visit for, get the clear-cut ideas from the expert person there, make the connections thereon, wherever you go. Even in the case of Smart India Hackathon, there is some center wherein some problem statement groups are there. So exchange of ideas and connect will give the some strain to this prototype stage. We see other projects, we can exchange the ideas, we can have the connect very good connect. Let it be experts or at student level as well, or other institution. Then giving capital and startup kits to boost the ventures. Now it is too difficult at the early stage for institution, excluding some IITs and all that. We have done one angel investment and accelerators workshop in the month of August by IIT Delhi person, wherein the person has elaborated, Dr. Manju was there, who is be looking after all this incubation and establishing very fantastic flags for this incubation for all the entrepreneurs. We can approach the ISB, IITs. Right now also on Google, there's a few messages, but we have to see the authenticity. They are encouraging Indian business schools, but in particular, I have seen for this Mohali, I have not visited, but when they were here for this ISC I&E event, they have called up our student, told him to make some project report, submit it, and along with the experts from Niti Aayog, they are in a stage to finalize it. Now, project competitions, either suppose you are in the Jaipur, so you can have the project competition for at least 4 to 5 colleges, intermingling subjects. That will give you the good connect. Capital is the another issue, how much capital you can decide the percentile. If I am a self incubation center, our institution, we support it. Patent filing. Before you develop the prototype, if it is a good idea, you think that it can be patented, like we have done. Our students have developed within 3 months, 3.5 months, electric car. We know there are a lot many issues coming in electric car, so we are taking those as a gaps, and we are trying to we have filed the patent. Aquatic drone, our student has made. We have filed the patent. Gangavji project is there. So healthcare sector in numerous ideas, and tell students to develop them. So right now we will keep this giving capital issue aside, because either you can borrow. These are at early stage. Once you are established, you can then go for these ventures, accelerators, angel investors. So many are available, but the only challenge is that to see their authenticity. If it is a IIT Delhi or any IIT or ISB institutions like this, that is nowhere we need to check it. But as far as the private angel investors are there, a person has to check it. Then growth and scale up the stage. The third stage of incubation, once we are in the process, or we have established this incubation center, we have to provide them industrial connection. Actually, the fact is that I am in an opinion, it is my personal opinion, that second year onwards we should start this industrial, we should locate which areas, which domains we want to get into as an expert, get the industrial connection, regularly send 15 to 30 students on a regular basis to the industry visit, showcase your startups, get their ideas, the industries which are somewhere related to engineering or which can help you out for the domains wherein the students are working. So partnership, etc., strategic partnership, etc., these are all later stages. Not, I think it is at early stage. Then investors, all this, providing legal counseling market. These are another way. This is the process. Pre-incubation, which completely goes for ideas and new technology, a combination of that. Then followed by the application, screening, presentation. We get the presentation, make them available in verbal. See, most of the students, it is a limitation, I can say, or shortcoming. They have their ideas, they are unable to express their ideas. So what we can do is that you can arrange some competition, let them speak for 10 minutes, either in Hindi-English combination to begin with, and then in English, explain their ideas and find out the depth of it. Depth, I mean, how much serious he or she is, or even faculty member. So it make the screening that these are the 15 ideas. We have shortlisted 5 or 6 and complement them in the form of some prizes or so. This will boost or motivate towards the incubation and startups and this entrepreneurship. Now followed by incubation. Berkeley's maintain funding that I have already told. Administrative services, we are giving the space, we are giving the funding our university at some maximum level, you can say. Then post incubation period, even if the student gets passed out, the examples I was giving earlier, the students has been passed out, he's in our alumni, but he would be the startup person for our university. Right now also we have given him the funding and the proper registration has been done. So this is the these are business incubators. We just glance this, Actually, my opinion, whatever little bit survey at my level I have done, that students, whatever options are available with students, see if the rough ratio since so many years is 2 lakhs vacancies available, rough one, it is not the exact figure, and 8 lakhs engineers pass out. And we need to increase the employability. We need to advise the students become employer instead of employees. So what we do is that we have started, and some the institutions, they should start again from third year, even if I am in opinion, as why not first year students are also very bright, though there is a bit small gap between 12th standard and that, but it does hardly matters. Now school students are also developing a few starters. Smart India Hackathon Junior has also been started, so why can't first year as well can be included? Make a team, get the sessions for IPR at the raw level. You can, visualize your institute. I'm saying under this IIC, we are at least our institution has gone for 4 to 5 IPR session in a year, but still there are so many questions remained in the mind, because once you are finalizing the ideas, and if you find it as a unique idea, so first patent it. So patenting tips are also very essential. Then business incubators are they are at a large scale. At a commercial scale, once you are established, one of our law student, he has become like that. So right now, just it is glance this slide. We'll keep it a bit aside because we are talking about the early stage incubators. Forget this word on this business incubator and accelerator. We will take it as what is the difference between incubators and accelerator. Now both assist the venture. Both of them assist the venture only for short time, but long time, short time. It depends on the situation. A business accelerator will not provide lifelong solution for anybody. They are in somewhere I have gone for this mentor-mentee program in some university. One of our mentee, Mullana, I hope, if I am not wrong. I saw their incubation center when students were standing, 3 to 4 students, and I was a bit pleasantly shocked to see that their startup was running. But what was their startup? It was not some prototype. It was not some device. It was not some app. They are entrepreneur for angel investment. They are locating who is in the depth, who are serious, who can run the business, whose idea is very concrete, whose idea can be finalized, and whose idea can be convertible in the fantastic prototype and can be successful. Wherein they are locating them, then they are providing the solutions in the form of these angel investors and accelerators, and then making connectivity between the early entrepreneur stage person. Like we can take example of 4 students and these investors or accelerators. They have a meeting, and then they provide, if they find that there is something worth in it, they provide the financial assistance. So fund, though it is the biggest issue, challenge and the problem, profit comes at very later stage. Now one of our law student I have told, he's in a very profitable, he's making brushes and all that with in a renewable energy, something on from wooden. He is at a profit stage now. His marketing is very concrete. But other 2 startups, they have to just look at only one project they have received till now. Just 2-3 months have gone, so no issues. So business word is bit uh, at a later stage, not as an early stage entrepreneur. Then incubators, what is the advantage? Earlier entrepreneurs were there, I have seen at my stage. Then this startup persons were there, but there were only a few incubators available, as I told you earlier, in the IITs or some Indian business school, that too very shortlisted one. So basic motto or objective is that it empowers the early stage entrepreneurs, because they are in the confusion, they are in the illusion from where to start from. Will my idea be really patentable? Will my idea be really convertible in some particular prototype? And what will be the success rate? Some face the problem of support, some face the problem of workplace, some face the problem of mentoring or advice available, and some face the problem of the resources, or in other sense, you can say the example of tools. Here, the word tools is used. So, this kind of whatever these 4 or 5 words, variable 5 words are there. This is a package of service provided by incubator. This is the objective having incubators in the institution level to begin with for early like us. For high end, जिसको HEA बोलते हैं, high end IITs and all that, they are already established. EPIC, you can visit from coming from all the way from Jaipur to EPIC and just glance. It is a 3-layer incubator center, fantastic labs, 3D printing along with 3D printing facilities, and this is how we can empower, because verbally we can say हम कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं, ये शुरू करो, वो शुरू करो, whatever, but at the end he or she has to start, wherein some kind of fear is there always, and it is highly difficult to change the mindset from service mode to a entrepreneur mode. It is highly difficult. So what I'm trying to communicate at my level is that you can provide this package of services, or you can add in your curriculum a skill development and another subject like this in your curriculum, 6th semester onwards or wherever you find it applicable. We have already done it, and do not take it as a formality. The way the theoretical subjects are there, in the same fashion, such kind of subjects should be introduced, and they should be workable in a practical manner. Okay. Now, what is the support in fundraising? Incubators do more than provide access to investors and mentors. Now, there is a huge network of entrepreneurs.
Just
yes,
a minute, ma'am, your slide is not changing.
I am changing the slide from my end. At a regular mode, I thought ki...
Okay, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. It's now, yes, ma'am, yes, it's okay now.
पहले ये कुछ भी नहीं दिखा क्या?
हाँ,
ये सारे दिखे नहीं?
हाँ, ये
दिखा था ये?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay, should I continue? Hello?
Should yes, ma'am, you can continue.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. So again, the question of this, we have seen this. Okay. Incubators versus accelerators, we have seen the business one. Support in the fundraising. What kind of support can be given? The institutions which are at the starting phase like us, we have just 1 year gone for incubation. We are providing the funds. We are not even asking the students whether you will be successful. We are motivating them, but it has become some, we are at an early stage, you can say. In fact, 3-4 faculty members and 15 to 20 students. So fundraising is the biggest question mark in the minds of students. Basically for students, faculty can somewhere manage it, So incubation center, once it is established within the campus, it can provide the fundraising in some ratio, not 100%, in some ratio. In the same way, before the idea is patented, even we are providing more than 70% funds for patenting ethics to motivate them. Okay, then we have seen it for business incubators. What is the role of incubator? What is the role of accelerator? And this is the combination which can run as a business after commercializing idea, conceptualization, idea, prototype, and in a very simple sense, we can say the incubators and then coming accelerators. So, what is the intersection of this? Training, mentoring, business support to the selective teams, not for all the teams. So next one is validity, to check the validity of the business model. Who will check this validity? You can, I am again and again referring that there are mentors, there are experts. Somewhere you have to find out the mentors and experts from the same area, like those who are working on incubation center since long. Suppose 5 to 6 years, they might have faced the challenges. They might have seen the financial scenario as well. So get their offline sessions wherever possible, and give mentorship to your students and interested faculty members, and make your startup teams so that students can make at least a group of 2 wherever available. Then these mentors, you can depute them on a, what I can say, just like a guest lecture mentor and experts, and get the ideas validated. You can just open up the Yukti portal. You can see that at the last they have asked the evaluators, one external, internal, whatever way, and who will validate that whether there is some crucial in this idea or whatever model they have prepared. So face-to-face meeting will give they will give. It will give the discussion on the challenges. Online it can happen in a very small ratio. Face to face है तो हम discuss कर सकते हैं, उनका fear निकल जाएगा. What is the biggest advantage? Fear निकल जाना. Then critical thinking जो एक subject है, critical thinking and design, they will start. It will take some time. It is not a immediate process. So we have to find out validate the model through some mentors or experts who are really involved in incubation, not teachers. I may not be. So teachers, one more program, NEET, NEAT, AICT is running that program, and wherein I am selected as one of the experts in India. So what they are doing, they are trying to establish industry-academia relationship. They have got industry tender is wrong word. The quotations from the industry, how can they match with some academies? And they are making the team of, they are not tender, they are getting the plan from the industries. How can they help to the academia? Then they are making the team of, for example, 2 academicians and 1 industry person, and those who have sent the ideas, industries I'm talking about, 3 evaluators, all of 3 have to evaluate it, and based of 2, if it clicks, then they will be choosing or selecting like that. So this is in the process NEAT. You must be aware of that, right? Then these are again the same thing I have shown earlier. This is in a more advanced stage: idea, prototype, development, distribution, and profit. It is again the same, how to get the expansion, startup creation, early stage expansion. Here in this incubation stage comes, and earlier also in one slide you might have seen the pre-incubation, and once it is established, you can go for the post-incubation. So at the end, what I can say is that we normally think that whatever, these are all many things coming through IIC, Yukti, Smart Hackathon, etc. NEET. इतने आइडियाज कहाँ से एनरोल करेंगे, इतने आइडियाज कहाँ से एनरोल करेंगे? बट इफ यू हैव गुड नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, यू कैन मेक द ग्रुप्स, intermingling groups of the branches, and act accordingly. So this will surely help, and all workshops by the experts and MIC, MHRD will really help out to enlighten this. So I think I should stop here, half an hour more. I again thank GIT Jaipur for giving me a chance, and in special Patidar sir, thank you so much to all of you, and best luck. You are doing so well in IISc. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Students, if have any queries, then write in the chat box. I will forward your question to ma'am. We have 1 or 2 minutes for the question answer session. So if anybody have any question or queries, can write in the chat box.
They can post, I'll mail you, whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
Hope you know that today is the last event day, and here onwards 11
Yes, ma'am.
years.
Last
Yes. And you are doing
end of
really
IISc
fantastic. You are
4.0.
doing so well. We are all really happy. Rigorously and very consistently you are doing
Thank
so.
you, ma'am.
So thank you, Patidar sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, ma'am, there is
Okay.
no any question from student
Okay.
side. If having any question, then we will
Okay.
mail you.
Thank
So,
you.
ma'am, thank you. Thank you very much for this enlightening session. You well described and explained about incubation opportunities for the students
Yes.
and entrepreneurs. You focused well on the role of incubation center and accelerators. We assure you that this session will be really helpful to motivate the participants, entrepreneurs, and students. So this session will definitely help the student to go on the path of successful entrepreneur with the help of incubation centers. And thanks again for giving us your valuable time
Thank
for
you,
this
sir.
session. I am also very much thankful to IIC team of Mentor Institute NAU Buddy for their efforts to schedule this session for our students of Global Institute of Technology. Also, very special thanks to all precious student and faculty participants to make this session meaningful. Thanks to all. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
I'm ending this session. Thanks. Okay.